Hi. So, whatever gets you through the day, right? Okay, so this is going to be the advanced bipolar kit. Um, you're lucky because I am feeling energy at this moment. It's been a weird day. Have you had these days where you feel ready for the world and let's take it on, and suddenly you're ready to hide in your bed and not come out, and then you come out with a little bit of hope that it's just your mood, life is okay, and then every little single thing irritates you and you threaten to start throwing things. So I went for a walk with my dog, my service dog, who walks nicely when we walk alone, and got a little recharge. So I'm hoping to get this video out to you with this bit of energy. I'm gonna be pausing and starting a lot because I don't want to waste time while I'm digging through the stuff I'm gonna be showing you. I know it looks like I'm hunched down, but it seems like I have to be right up on the camera. I mean, the speaker for you to hear me. But I am going to indulge in one little thing first. Will you let me indulge just a little bit? Because it took me so long and so difficult to push through because it's not my usual style, so I wasn't really into it. Okay. This is my latest broom. You may not get the full effect because it looks a little blue. It's actually lavender purple. Um, so I'm not really into that, but I found out that a lot of people buy my princessy pinky stuff, so I gotta make some of it. Okay, so some of this is gonna be, even my voice sounds better. Some of this is gonna be organizing. Some of this is going to be um, help with mood issues. And there we go. And just some tools. But these things, unlike the other things in the other kits, uh, these cost more money. You may be able to find a deal if you buy something used on eBay, on Macari, things like that. And if I ever say I'm gonna leave a link and I don't, and you want the link, just put it in the comments because I have memory problems and I think I've been forgetting to do that. So anyway, um, I'm just gonna, let's see, grab the first thing that I see, which is, now I kind of skimmed over this product in other kit videos, but I'm going to get more into it this time. This is an eye pillow. Um, Pressure, weight on your eyeballs, not too much, not too little, is known to be soothing to the nervous system. This it's a, it has flaxseed in it with some things like lavender, and um, you can wash the cover, you can make it cool, by putting it in the refrigerator or freezer. And it doesn't tell me all of the things that are in it, but it smells so good. One side is silky, one side is velvety, and I find that sometimes I want velvet and sometimes I want the silky is cool to the eyes. So if you've just had a crying jag, this and maybe even cooled in the refrigerator. I have not done that. It's been enough just using the silk. Be awesome. And the smell is just so relaxing and soothing. Sometimes I put it behind my eye mask to where I'll fall asleep in. And somehow during the night, I usually take it out. And I've had it for probably 10 years and it still has it still does everything. It's still in the same condition as when I got it. So the smell and everything's still there. Um yeah, I don't have water. Hold on. Okay, so the eye pillow, you can get them on Amazon and it sounds like it's the same thing, or similar to what I have. Mine is called Dreamtime, and I got it through yoga class I was taking many, many, many years ago. Yeah, that's in the kit. Yoga, but nobody's doing classes anymore in person, but you can do yoga on YouTube. So, next thing I'm going to grab um, are essential oils. Now, you have to be careful with your essential oils. Essential oils are not just stuff in a bottle that smells nice or not. um, and for example, you can't. There is more than one kind of lavender. There's like English lavender, French lavender, lavandum. So you have to do your homework and make sure you're buying the lavender that is actually used for calming. The scent itself, unless you like it, isn't going to have the properties of helping you become calm and relaxing. So this kit, someone who was selling Young Living, which I understand to be reliable, she put this kit together for me for facial nerve pain. I have trigeminal neuralgia, but there's some of it that I use for just tension, and it feels so good and it works so well, especially if you use the tennis ball rolling on your neck after you've applied it, and you just like feel like a loosey goosey. And this is called a deep relief, and it's a roll on, and I apply that right where I'm having pain, and that nerve pain, it'll relieve it for about 1 to 2 hours, um, which is 1 to 2 hours I don't have to suffer, and I can just keep reapplying as needed. Let's see, she also put this in there, Kappa Bea. Honestly, I don't know what it is. but it's one that I put back here for tension, because when you have pain, and if you have um, psychiatric disorders, you're prone to tension, muscle tension. So anything that can help relieve that can make your mood just a little, just a little better. Um, and then there's blue spruce, uh, which is sort of a nerve pain blocker as well. Things like eucalyptus and menthols, and the stuff that people rub on their knees for pain and it smells really bad. These do smell funky. I walk around smelling funky. Stress away. This is really, really a great one for back here on the shoulders and stuff, massaging it on, and the aroma is very nice. Um, and there's one more she put in here, frankincense. Um, I put that one where the pain. No, the eucalyptus goes where the pain is. The frankincense is another one that I put back here. So, um, that's applied. And I actually am going to talk more about essential oils related to other ways of using them. I actually take less medication for the nerve pain because of this. And since we're on the subject of oils, okay, diffusing oils into your environment. And you can use essential oils as aromatherapy, or you can just get something that smells really good. If you want to try something and you haven't before, um, something called Thieves is it's got a kind of folly, late summer feel. I talk about them like they're wines, but just try that one. So you have the option of diffusing through fire. You have to be careful. You have to use, if you use one of these, and this has a fairy on it, you can buy simpler ones. A tea light in here, water with a few drops of your oil that you want to diffuse. And if you use a bigger candle, it'll heat this up too much and it'll bubble. And splash all over where it's sitting. So these are only for the daytime in a room where you are, so you can observe it and you don't catch the house on fire. The other option is the mist diffuser. And sorry, you take the top off. I'm sure you all have seen these. Look, I can get it off. And so you put your water in. You put your water in here. Your essential oil, whatever oil you want, whatever scent you want. And this actually has an LED light that you can set it to one of many colors or have it change. So it's pretty cool. I always have it on, even if the mist, it comes out in a watery mist. So this one's really good with the thieves. And the nicer ones have a mist that's strength. Does this have a... Yeah, the nicer ones, you can increase the strength of the mist. These, like I said, Amazon, eBay, Mercari. Okay, so I really am going to plug a very certain company, because I have been working with them for many, many years, and they are just incredible with customer service, and especially if you don't know much, um, they will answer your questions. They will let you know which oils are skin safe. Um, for example, I ordered some of their oils in a roll-on, and she contacted me and said, maybe you don't want this or this one because it's not skin safe. And I found out the hard way once with a orange scented thing, and it took the skin right off of my hand. It was an accident. It spilled on my hand. So, and the oils, they can give you tiny little bottles or big bottles, droppers, um, roll-ons. This is their roll-on. This is called Funky Fairy. I first got introduced to them at the Renaissance Festival and just continued using them throughout the year for any oil needs that I had. And they also make all, that's where I get my incense. They're the different scents and stuff is enormous. Their selection is enormous. They also have wood burning of all things, all kinds of things. But this is an incense thing, burner. And so um, they are, the name of their shop is Wood, Willow, and Whatnots. Whatnots is WHATKNOTS. Uh, they're really awesome. I made an accident in the order, and she's like, I think you kind of meant something else. And I said, you're right. Well, they didn't even charge me for changing it from a dropper to a roll-on. I mean, they're really nice people there. And it will say next to the scent if it is an essential oil, if it's a blend, if it's just for the scent. So I really enjoy getting my stuff from them. And so this other roll-on oil is patchouli. This was a gift from somebody, my sister. And I'm going to put it on top of Funky Fairy, see what that... But patchouli, to me, is extremely soothing and warm and homey. But after a while, it kind of smells like body odor, and at the same time, I still like it. So I think that's kind of strange. And I think I got some in my eye. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to talk about is lighting. Well, not really lighting and lighting. Lights and lighting. I have already done my review on the light box. Light box. which you can get on Amazon. I got this like new from Macari, and you can program how long, how bright, and during the winter, I was using it every day. Now I only use it on cloudy days, rainy days, for about 30 minutes in the morning. I did find out from my psychiatrist that you need to be careful though with them because they can, if you're like gearing towards a manic episode, it can perpetuate that episode. So if you're feeling hypomanic or manic, you might want to hold off. But this helped me quite a bit towards the end of the winter when I got it. Um, it was just a boost for my mood. And I talked about this before, but I learned something new about it. This is the sunrise lamp. I think it's mostly geared towards people that maybe work weird hours, off hours. Um, but and it simulates a sunrise and sunset. The difference is the sunrise, you set it and it does it automatically. Um, and you can select a sound to go with it. So it's basically like a light alarm. And then, but the sunset, you have to push a button. And I wish you could set it. Anyway, I just realized it has a USB port in the back. And I charged my smartwatch on there. It plugs in USB, or you plug it into one of those adapters and plug it in the wall. And I think the sunrise is helpful if you sleep with your drapes closed, block out the sun, and or you wear an eye mask. And well, I wear an eye mask and I block out the sun. So I need an artificial to keep my sleep schedule natural and to keep me on track as much as possible. I need to be able to manufacture my own sunrise and therefore my own sunset. But you can adjust all kinds of things with it, how bright, how long it takes to rise, the noises. I think it's worth it. In fact, I wouldn't show you anything if I didn't think it was worth it. It's just that I know some people don't have the money or means to get these extras. Okay, sorry. I'm almost done. Oh my goodness. This right here is super awesome. iPod or your phone if you use your iPhone. I use Android, except for I use an iPod. It must be nano. I don't want anything else. I have two. I have one in my car, and I have one that I have so many playlists, and they're all targeted towards mood or activity. Like I have playlists for walking. Um, they have a certain rhythm, a certain beat ratio so that my feet move faster. But I can make, you can make with an iPod and iTunes a a playlist for. I have 3 sleep playlists, and they are songs or music that I have selected from my vast, immense music library. Um, and I have chosen them, and set the iPod to stop playing at 1 hour, and put my Bluetooth headphones on, um, and I will either listen to those playlists, or um, I'll use my phone to listen to a sleep meditation. Meditation. So I might as well go with the next gadget. Yeah. Um, it's it's really cathartic to make the playlist. I find if I'm really bummed, if I'm really bummed, I make playlists because of my mood, and then I don't even listen to them. But just doing the organizing of songs and stuff, I don't know. I just find it relaxing, but I'm really weird because I like to organize anything it finds, like DVDs, buttons. I love to organize buttons. It's just like I'm like, ooh, I'm so excited. Should I do it by color? Okay, and so this is awkward to sleep with, and I want to find something flat that doesn't, protrude from my ear. So I got this, and this is a headband that has Bluetooth headphones in it. And I got it and thought it was totally awesome. But by a weekend, I had these bumps. I had a bump on the back of my head and the side of my head, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and they were very, very tender. And it turns out it's the hardware, the stuff, little speakers and stuff. The where the wire comes out to charge it was causing, from sleeping on that, was causing me pain. So now I just wear it like if it's cold, and I wear it outside if I'm walking and I need music. Okay, so the next gadget is a smartphone. And just to brighten your day a little bit, get something that, a pop socket that makes you feel fun, you know, decorate it a bit. There are so many things, so many apps that you can have on your phone that can help you organize, to-do list, calendar, um, and also there are apps for mood graphic, like mood graphing and journaling, and um, to me, they tend to get too much involved. There's just too much. I just need this graph on a piece of paper where I put an X and maybe make a little note. It gets too involved and then I end up not using it anyway. So I actually do not use a mood tracker on my phone. But you would be shocked to know what things they have for trackers. Did you know that they have a poop tracker? And it's called the poop tracker. Um, I have IBS, so I do use the poop tracker. I wish it was called something else because it's right on my phone saying poop tracker. So, um, and if you have a gadget to go with it, the smartwatch. This is a Versalite 2. It cost me about $170, and it can for practical stuff, it can track um, exercise, sleep, but you have to get that. You have to pay the premium, which is like $10 a month. There's even a certain clock face that will monitor your O2 sat during sleep. Um, it can follow you by GPS as you exercise, like run or walk throughout the neighborhood. It did I say it tracks your sleep? But did I say that? You have to pay extra for sleep. Um, you can have different watches. I don't know if you can see it. I have this one, and I'm trying to find others. I mean, I have others, but I can't read them. They're not big enough um, because I'm getting old. And right on the watch, you can see you have a timer. You have a very involved alarm. I mean, like alarms, not just like you set the time. You can make it every day, every other, I mean, like you have options right there on the watch. Um, you can see the weather. I mean, there are apps and there are, um, I just like to look for different clock faces. I look for, um, like retro one. Oh, and they do have a mood one, but it's very primitive. Look, um, you pick how you feel today. And it's like I never get to that yellow big fat smile one. And I can't record like today. I have gone through so many moods. I have been thrown like I'm in a washer, like a front loader washer, just being tossed and turned. And so that's not going to cut it. You know, you have to-do lists, calendar, it like syncs with your phone. So you can see your information on your phone as well. You can see how all your sleep's gone, and it'll tell you, how much time you slept tossing and turning, and what quality of sleep you got. Um, it's I I for people with bipolar disorder, I do think it is a specifically because of, oh, and also your heart rate, and I think it is a piece of medical equipment for people with mood disorders. If they had a better mood app, it would just be pretty awesome. And because the sleep part is so important, bipolar disorder. And on the watch is this is my medic alert information, and you can have it. You go to medic alert, and you can just have it say whatever you want it to say. Mine, the it first says to call a certain number to get all of your medical history, but I had it say next, bipolar 1 disorder, emergency contact, my mom's name. Because if something's going on with me, like I'm going, you know, like out of reality or something, and I somehow find myself in a jail or, getting arrested, um, they can see this and be like, oh, okay, we need to call this person now. And they know that I'm not a criminal. I am someone with a medical issue. And I also have it that I'm taking lithium and Seroquel. And there's a number under there, I guess, that they have to give. I kind of think it's gonna wear off a little sooner than I would like it, but it was only $25, I think, 25. And you put on the site your whole information so that when they call that number, they get, all your meds, all your doctors, all your diagnoses, and stuff like that. I do worry that no one's going to think to look on the watch. But maybe if you find yourself in an ambulance and they're trying to find, do they always automatically, someone, if you know EMTs or something, paramedics, do they routinely first thing look for a medic alert type identification? I would hope so. They used to have a whole campaign for people with psychiatric disorders getting some sort of medic ID because of a young man who had a psychiatric crisis and was treated poorly by the police, and he was, actually experiencing some psychosis or something, and so there was this whole campaign, but that was many years ago. I don't know if that's still a thing. For a while, I didn't wear one, but now I do because the pattern of my moods have changed. I get more depressed than I did before, the severity of it. And I just thought having my mom's name and phone number was important. So, okay, moving on. Um, Smartphone, iPod, lights. Okay. Then, of course, just do something. Whoa. Just do something for fun. Just do something silly. Do something, just treat yourself now and again. Okay, that's what the hat was for in the beginning. The thing cost me like $12, but this costs a lot more. I could have gotten these, which I did later for this, but this is for gaming. So, you know, I had to have the one with the ears. And some people just aren't silly, though. I understand that. It's unfortunate. If you are someone that just isn't into silly, I'm sorry. I wish you were because it's fun. Okay, so also, journaling. I have talked about journaling ever since this brain freeze. Anyway, long time. I always recommend it. And sometimes a composition book from dollar store just doesn't cut it. And maybe you might be more inclined if your um, journal looked a little um, more enticing. So, as you know, I go to the Renaissance Festival every year except COVID year. And even though these are actually covers, I just keep buying more. And they're by a company called Crimson Chain, and they sell their stuff on Etsy and at the at Renaissance festivals. They make leather goods, and so they make these journal covers, and they're just so awesome. This is a little one, and it has a lock. Like it does not lock, but it clasp, and you turn it, and it opens, and there you go. And see, it's just a blank, black, plain book in there. And really, I just need to buy a new plain black book, but instead, I just keep buying more journals. Every time I go, I buy one. This one is one of my favorites. Very pretty. I love this green. And this is the brown one was less expensive. These are pretty pricey, like $60, 65. This one's really expensive. Um, it's got a handle. It's got the Stark from Game of Thrones and the snap. I haven't written in this one yet, but like I said, it's just a cover, and I have so many of these. But my journals are so weird. Some of them are composition books, some of them are just notebooks I picked up here and there. Um, Leather gifts, Renaissance Festival. But maybe you need something fancy to get you going. Okay, the last thing in the no, it's not exactly the last thing. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. This should have been in my very first one or my anxiety one. I don't know. But it is, this is how I keep track of my money. This is the month. I write down everything that is going to come out of my account, and whatever is left over is what I can spend. So that I always know where I'm at. And that makes me feel less anxious. And I thought I would just share that because money makes me anxious. I have a hard time picturing where it is. It I think it has to do with my brain issues, but so I'm suggesting that for some people it might be helpful that you try it that way. Um, so okay, no, this is the last one. Okay, I kind of thought this might be fitting. This last item. Um, Maybe if you're going through a real down patch, maybe try picking up a new hobby. I I've done that all my life. Um, like like I collect vinyl records. Um, I do listen to them as well, and it's fun. Um, looking looking through things for something you might want. Um, Especially now, the 70s music's coming back. And there's going to start being some yard sales. Unfortunately, Goodwill has caught on and now they sell it on their site. But, um, I will save up for a certain record I want or set I want. And I'm just like super gaga when it arrives. And I just feel like a teenager again. So that and maybe trying some new lighting. That's what the lights were for. I got the lights when I was feeling depressed, and we were at Walmart doing something, and they cost $20, and I I just felt I think I'd like it pink. It looks very blue to you, and there is a blue light, but here it's actually more pink. Okay, so I'm pretty sure I got everything I wanted to get. And that's it. Bye.